Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. Julian here with Chris Delcross, Steve Wilson. We're going to discuss the Newcastle game that's coming up this weekend, and we're also going to talk about Mo Salah. We're recording this on Thursday. Of course, news came out today that potentially there is a humongous bid coming through for Salah. The club's denied that we're going to speak to them and that we're not going to sell them at any price. But we need to talk about it anyway. So before we get to the Newcastle game, we need to talk about Salah for a few minutes. Wilson, what are your thoughts on everything that's going on at the moment?
My thoughts, man. Because you vacillate on, he'll never go. He said he's not interested in going, but I think that they're going to put a lot of pressure on him to go this window. The monetary package, if they actually are presenting one, will be a big enough for Liverpool to consider it, and then the club will have to figure out, are they going to immediately buy somebody else? I mean, there's not many days left in the transfer window on the English Premier League aspect of it, so whichever way, if he leaves, FSG will be slated anyway, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it's business at the end of the day. They want him to be the face of that league. He's the number one draw in the Arab world, and so I don't begrudge them from trying to get him. It just depends on what Mo thinks. If he wants to his status as a legend has already been cemented with us. So if he feels like he wants to go after more records and finish this transition year, which it is, with the new people coming in, then that's up to him. But I don't begrudge him either way. You guys know me. I'm supporting whoever plays and suits up on the weekend, so it doesn't matter.
Mr. Delcross.
Look, I don't want him to go. Sure, that's the short and sweet of it. I personally think, and I could be totally wrong, whatever they offer him this summer, they will offer him next summer, and whatever they offer the club this summer, they'll offer next summer. And to be honest with you, I think that you could probably say that for the next two to three windows. What age is he? 31 years old. He's as fit as a butcher's dog. He's going to play till he's 36, 37 years of age. I think there's a shit ton more big trophies that he could win with Liverpool over the coming years. I think he could. We were talking about this the other day, looking at the Premier League all-time goal scorers. He's still not in the top 10 of that. I think he's 20 odd shy of the top 10. I think that'd be a real good achievement for him to get as high as possible on that. I think there's lots to do with Liverpool, and as I say, I think money-wise, I think he'll get the same money today as he will in 2 or 3 years' time. So for me, from that regard, if I were him, I'd probably stay put. I think the club should feel somewhat secure in that sort of thinking as well. I know he only has what's he got, 3 years left and 3 years left in his contract. Yeah. So certainly, I think certainly next summer there'll be a little bit more pressure on the club to get the few quid if that big money was offered. But I don't think the club, in my opinion, the club shouldn't be looking at any sort of offer for him this summer, especially now on the 24th of August with 6 or 7 days left in the transfer window, because he'll be very, very difficult to replace anyway, let alone with 6 days or 7 days left in the transfer market. There's not one name that you can, maybe one name out there that you could replace him with, and even at that, it'd be a big stretch because his heart's set on Madrid. So Mbappe. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. But I said to you earlier today, I wouldn't be shocked if it happens here in the next couple of days, because it has gathered quite a bit of steam It was kind of last week, it kind of reared its head a little bit, and we kind of half heard about it, and it was like, yeah, whatever. Now you're kind of seeing a few more outlets kind of putting it on, and there definitely seems to be interest from the Saudi club, and I think they're going to chance their arm, and they'll offer something, and I think it's just going to be down to the club now to tell them to fuck off.
And you're right, and you said it earlier, Wilson, as well. Like, of course they want Salah, right? They want that person, that fantastic player, part of their own. They want him to be the face of the league, and so as a club, Liverpool should not have been surprised, and they won't be surprised that teams from Saudi are after him. That's not a shocker. The fact of what it comes down to is, and it's the gamble as well from Liverpool side as well. You say that, you know, they're going to bid potentially now, but they might bid the same next summer. Well, maybe, of course, that contract slowly comes down as well. But it's a tough situation because you have, like we said, I can't think of anyone really that can replace him in world football. You know, then you need someone that's going to come in, because if you sell Salah, you better be sure that you're bringing in someone that's going to please the fans, please Klopp, and make us a better football team. I'm not sure who that is at the moment.
Yeah, it can't be a Japanese international.
But there's going to be, but then you have to look on the other side of it, right? 31, he's probably past his peak. We've probably seen the best of Salah.
I don't.
I think we've probably seen the best.
If he stays with Liverpool, he's scoring under 30 goals.
He's going to score goals. That's the thing about Salah, right? He's guaranteed he's going to get you a ton of assists. He's going to get you a ton of goals. Is he past his best? Probably. He's probably past his peak. And if you had a player ready that is ready to come in, and you're like, okay, this guy's been, you know, rotating for the past couple of years. Okay, we have a ready-made player to come in. Then cool. The problem is, we don't have that. Now, if Salah gets offered this ridiculous wage that's been spoken about today, and then they put in a bid of like 150 million, you could bet that Liverpool as a club are going to consider it. They're going to consider it. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it still wouldn't surprise me if it did. The fact is, the window, there is not much long to go in the window, and there's no one really that is out there that can replace him at that level that's going to please everyone.
That's the key. No matter what happens, everybody's not going to be pleased about it. You know, people are going to say, "Why are you selling this top player?" And other people will say, "We should have taken the money." You know, and so. But that's just business.
Well,
you're right. But the thing is, you know, you're saying that there's only one person that can replace Salah, right? That's true, right now. But when Salah signed with us, he wasn't the Salah that he is right now. So, but there are other players that can maybe develop into that type of player like Salah has, right?
I mean,
okay, I'm just that's all I'm saying.
It's not obvious, but I was just going back to my kind of sly comment there when we were talking about, you know, like get the money and buy who, some Japan. I think there'll be an absolute mutiny if we sell Salah tomorrow, and we go and sign some kid from fucking Timbuktu. There's going to be a mutiny.
There will, and the reason why is if we think back to when we got Salah, right? It wasn't a big fanfare about it. Everyone's like, oh, he did all right for Roma, you know, he didn't do well at Chelsea. But we hadn't had much success, right? It had been a long time. We hadn't won the league. It had been a long time since we had true success. Now we have had success. We've tasted it. We want it again, and you want that to continue. The last thing you want to do is now go. Okay, you're going to start again. We've already lost Firmino. We lost Mane. We lost Henderson. We lost Fabinho. You know, we lose Salah as well. It takes a while to build this, and you might be right. There might be, you know, a master stroke out there, but it's.
Well, why don't
there would be mass outrage.
Why don't we have them?
There would be outrage over it, and
my
argument
to that comment is like, well, why haven't we signed them already? Because we know we're in transition, right?
They would never play. I mean, Salah's not gonna. He's gonna play every game.
Well, I think no, there's no doubt we have been interested in players. We just had a lot recently that has turned us down. There's been like a list of players that we have gone for, and for some reason, whatever that is,
Not for that position.
it hasn't happened. I'm not talking about that position. I'm talking about we've tried to build, we've tried to buy, midfielders, we've tried to buy strikers, etc., and those deals haven't happened for one reason or another. But we'll see. We're recording this on Thursday. We could wake up tomorrow, Friday, and
I'll
Salah,
I'll give you one scenario where the fans wouldn't be mad if we sold Salah. The one scenario is if we sell Salah, we get a shit ton of money, and then right after that, FSG says that we're selling the club because we got all that cash. I'm just saying that'd be the one scenario that people would not be mad about.
I think they would be mad.
No,
I think they would. They'd be like, you're going to sell Salah and then you're going to sell the club and fuck off. And then
You're selling it too.
Mad.
Because Saudi Arabia's in town looking at buying the club, right?
I know they are, but
I'm just saying that would appease the people that would be mad about selling Salah. They'd be happy because FSG was selling. That'd be the only scenario.
Are you saying like sell the whole, like as part of
The
the
club.
whole club?
The club, yes.
package deal.
I was a bit slow.
Yeah.
I was a bit slow there. That is the one.
Sponsored by Topo Chico, by the way.
Buy the club. We'll throw in Salah as well.
Salah for free.
That's right.
Come on. So anyway, all right. So we'll move on from that because
It'll be interesting.
Really
hey, but you know what?
but-
Being a Liverpool supporter, it's never dull. There's always something going on.
This summer anyway.
No. So, I mean, there's always something to talk about, and that's what's exciting. We could be one of those lower teams that
I'm
don't
sure
have
they have the same drama at their level.
I don't know.
I guarantee it. It's just very financially, it's a lot lower. But I guarantee it, if you're the support,
Not if you're at Malaga, you have to go meet somebody, get somebody at the
station,
airport and just pretend that he was your new signing
I'm
and
sure
he
if you're
showed
a
up.
fan of like Accrington Stanley, you have some serious drama as to why we're fucking letting go of Tommy Rogers, for 10 footballs,
He got a job at the fucking butchers. Town up the road.
That's right.
He did. He
right.
transferred. He got a little pay raise. So one go to his butchers now. I tell you. So Newcastle.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Yep.
It feels like, even though this is the third game of the season, it feels like kind of a big game here, right?
Big game.
Both Newcastle and Liverpool.
Yeah.
We have a good record. We haven't lost against them in 5. We've got a decent record against them. We beat them.
We're undefeated this season.
We're undefeated this season. We beat Newcastle there at St James's Park 2-0, I believe. Gakpo, Nunes.
Yep.
Nunes and Gakpo scored. So what are you thinking about going into this weekend? Chris, over to you.
Yeah, I think. Look, make no mistake. This is the first test of the season. This is a big game. In more than one sense, in many senses, this is a big test. It's a big test because it's going to be a hard place to go and play for these new guys. This new look Liverpool midfield, this new look Liverpool team. Newcastle are going to test them out. Make no mistake about it, they're a good side. And they're one of our direct opponents. I didn't think Chelsea were. I don't think Chelsea are a direct opponent again this season. They weren't last season. But Newcastle, make no mistake, they're a direct rival. They're a good side. I know we have a good record. We've a decent record up there, but this is going to be a big test. You got to go up there, and we're going to see what some lads are made of a little bit on Sunday.
I'm concerned about our defense, to be honest with you. Obviously, we gave up a lot of chances against Bournemouth, more than we should have. But this weekend against Newcastle team, against Barnes, Isaac, and Gordon, their front three, and we have to be on it, man.
Isaac is a good player.
Yeah, he's a good player, but Gordon has always given us problems. I hate the fucking dude, but he always gives Liverpool problems. Not that the end product, but just the way his tenacity, and he's always driving at our defenders, and it doesn't come always off as a goal. But on that Newcastle team, that's more balanced than the Everton was, obviously. It's kind of scary that our defense really needs to be focused 100%, and it's going to be a great matchup, man.
I think that's exactly it. I think the one thing here I want to see Sunday is tuned in, switched on from minute one. The start last weekend was fucking appalling.
Yeah.
So
mildly,
yeah, so if we do that on Sunday, if we play for the first 20 minutes like we played last week on Sunday, we'll be out of the game. The game will be over. They will punish us. So you want the lads there to go fucking tuned in, clued in, and put in a decent effort. But it's a tough game.
And it's big. It is big for both sides. But Newcastle, of course, lost against Man City last week. Last thing Newcastle want to do is lose again. I mean, that puts them already early in the season. Puts Eddie Howe under a little bit of pressure. Already. I know it is early, but that's 2 huge games to lose. But he's
not under pressure. He wouldn't be under pressure.
I mean, they're a big club, Newcastle. They have a lot of money. And, Eddie Howe is someone that just did really well last season, and it's a big game. It's a massive game. It's a huge game
you're
for
right.
them.
It puts pressure on him, but it doesn't put pressure in the sense that he's going to lose his job.
No,
it's just
not that.
Put pressure. It's like, fuck, you've already dropped 6 points. You have 9 available. 100%. You've dropped 6.
Yeah,
that's not a good start.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. Newcastle defensively are fantastic. One of the best teams in the Premier League last season. Yeah. Midfield is where I think this game is going to be won. I think that is the most interesting part of this game. With us, we know that's an issue. I'm fully expecting, and I know you disagree, but I'm fully expecting Endo to start this game, probably with McAllister and Szoboszlai. Why would you bring him in if you're not going to
Let me just say,
Come
if you guys watch the video, please comment in the comment section what your midfield you think is going to start, that the Klopp will start, because there's a difference of opinion here on what it's going to be.
What do you think?
No, let's hear Chris's.
You want to hear Chris first? What do you think, Chris?
I think it's going to be the same team as last week. No change. No point changing it. It works. It's not perfect. It just works. It does its job. Gakpo, I like the kid. He's not a midfielder. He's much better up the pitch, linking, but he's good. He moves the ball well. He's a good link-up player. I would just leave him there because of the lack of options that we had. And as I say, they've done all right. They haven't been fucking a shambles. They haven't been great. They've been all right. Now, the only thing I could say that may happen on Sunday here is we see if Bajcetic is fit enough. I could potentially throw him in. But I there's no way that they're going to sign a kid from fucking Germany. Sign a player from Germany.
Kids.
Yeah. Sign a fella from Germany. Give him a week's training and send him up away to Newcastle for your first
You're
start.
saying there's no way.
I don't think that. No, I'm not saying there's no way, because we know how that. We know he can be guaranteed he'll start if I say that.
I think there's more chance
of
that than starting Bajcetic after him being out so long and not even playing any minutes.
I think it's the same as last week, or it's Bajcetic. I can't see any
Thiago as well. He's back in training.
That's maybe an option. I can't see them playing a 4-2-3-1 like they did last time with McAllister and Szoboszlai just there. I really think you need that anchor right there in front of the back four. And that's where I, in my personal opinion, I think Endo will start. He'll come off a 70, bring Bajcetic in for 20 minutes and get his feet wet into the season. But it's going to be interesting, man, because we have Szoboszlai, because I was just talking to a Newcastle guy that was on our podcast last time, and he said, man, Szoboszlai is the guy I'm most worried about on your team, the way he's played this season. And I was like, it's a good call. We wish he was on the podcast tonight to talk about it, but he couldn't make it.
Szoboszlai?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's busy. So.
And our
maybe in the future.
Our Geordie friend, Adam Byron, that lives here, that was on last time, but he said, yeah, Szoboszlai is the key for your team, that he's watched the games so far. That's like, I agree with him, because he is kind of been the driver as he gets 100%. More comfortable, on that right side with Salah, and Trent. He's a player. So, but that midfield, I'm like you guys. There's their offense against our defense is going to be key, obviously. But that midfield, they have Grumarish, or however you say his name. But even though he hasn't had been up to pace this season yet, He's such a quality player, and I think these big games sometimes, that's what kickstarts people's seasons. They play against high quality, and he'll be. And so it's going to be. I think I look at both teams, and they're, to me, evenly matched. 1 through 11.
Would you give Nunez a go?
So I was going to talk about that and bring that up. I think
this game could be a good game for him, actually.
Looking at how Newcastle set up, looking at last season as well, Nunez started that game. I believe he started on the left, but he did really well and he scored in that game as well. There is a possibility that you could see Nunez starting up front for this game. I think he would give the Newcastle defence some problems like he did previously. So I could see that. I could see that as an option. Maybe, you have Nunez up there. You probably want to keep Diaz in, and then you have Salah on the right. And you're essentially going to the 4-3-3 like that. I mean, going back to your point, based on how we played against Chelsea and we had 34-35% possession, whatever it was, and how we weren't that great against Bournemouth, and then we're going to go to a team as good as Newcastle, I think we do have to be close to as perfect as we can get. And I can't see him playing that. And Gakpo is lost. It doesn't really, work for him.
I agree that it's not his best
as well.
position.
And I think we have better options. We have Thiago. Looks like he's fit now. Endo, your friend, he's available. So we do have options that we can do a better job with in the midfield and put maybe a Thiago, maybe an Endo in there, and then you're kind of freeing up McAllister a little bit and Szoboszlai.
So if Endo starts, we get the 3 points. Sake bombs are on Delcross.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
If Endo starts and we win on Sunday, I'll buy the round of drinks the following night.
The round for
Sake bombs.
Sake bombs. Whatever you want. There's no way. I just can't.
No way.
I just can't see it. Like he wouldn't have. If McAllister.
No, hold on. Why is there no way?
It just wouldn't be the way Klopp does business. He just doesn't do that to players. He just does not do that to players. Endo would never have come on. He wouldn't have come on. If McAllister hadn't got sent off, we wouldn't have seen him. And now you're telling me he's going to go up to Newcastle and start?
Maybe.
No. I can't have that.
I mean, we bought him for a reason, for situations where we need a defensive midfielder. We don't have many options. I mean, when else? Of course, why not?
If he could play...
Give him a go.
Hey, if he could play last week, he didn't even unpack his luggage, man.
No, I know.
Then he could play after a week of training.
Yeah, I mean, he played after. He didn't even train with the team, I bet.
He's trained this week.
Yeah, I mean, but Grant, he's trained this week. But Klopp, that's not how Klopp does. It took 6 or 7 months for Fabinho.
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing: we always go back to the Fabinho and the Robertson thing.
But
there are numerous other players that he's thrown in at the beginning.
Name one that he's thrown in at the beginning.
Diaz. Gakpo.
That he threw in at the beginning.
Yeah, immediately when Gakpo signed in January, he was trying to see him.
Well, because there was I was nearly playing in January.
Well, there you go. But that's the same now. We don't have any defensive mids. So
I'd be absolutely flabbergasted if we go away to Newcastle and throw that young fella, or not young fella, but that new fella in. There's no way. No.
There's no way.
Yeah,
okay, so we'll see.
I know. I've had a few famous ones of those.
There's no way Dyche was taking that job either, was he?
I'll give you the stick.
The internet is forever.
Yeah. Never say never say these things, right? It's 100% nailed on. It will never happen.
Yeah.
No way, because in football, things could change every minute, every hour, every day. So anyway. With all that said, are we going to win? What are you feeling, Wilson?
2-2 draw.
It's a no from Wilson. All right.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're not going to get a yes. Yeah, I'm going with a one. I'm going with.
You're going to go with number one. Come through the door.
A very tentative and more hopeful than confident 1-1 draw.
I thought that's a building up to us winning.
No,
you said
I can't see us winning.
All right, you grumpy bastards. Okay, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win 3-1. Endo's going to get a hat trick. Just because. Does that mean like extra sake?
Yeah. For every fucking man of the match.
That's a sushi boat going to be ordered right there.
If he gets man of the match, we'll pour double shots. No.
So
I think this
3-1.
3-1. Honestly, or you're just.
Why is that not 3-1? I think we have the attack to do it, and I think I don't think Isaac. I think Isaac is good. I'm not convinced Isaac is a number 9 through the middle. I think he's better off the side. I know they're playing up top. I'm not convinced that's his best position. And then they're probably going to start Anthony. Well, they're going to start either Anthony Gordon, Amiron,
Amiron's not going to,
or maybe Harvey Barnes. They're still figuring that out. I think Newcastle's a team, so.
I think it's going to be a cracker of a game, man. I can't wait to watch it.
They usually are, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They usually are. No, here's 0-0.
Yeah.
We just jinxed it.
Boring 0-0.
Fucking Endo just fucking kills the game, right?
Yeah, he sits down on the pitch and then he looks around and he's like, fuck you, Delcross.
Yeah. Man of the match display.
Yeah. All right, so, we'll wrap it up. Cheers, Delcross. Cheers, Wilson. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you later. Cheers.